Yo, welcome everyone to episode 3 of Meet at the 50. Week 2 was definitely better than week 1. Um, that's for sure. And
It was
a lot of injuries.
Jesus Christ,
I
dude.
mean, like, I don't know if we want to talk about the Chubb one. That was kind of gross.
My boy had both Saquon Barkley
Hmm.
go down, and then the next day he had Nick Chubb go down.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty good choice at the back end of the first round. I'm guessing, right? He went. He had
Yeah,
to. I mean, I guess yeah.
poor
That
guy.
Nick that Nick Chubb injury was terrifying.
That was gruesome.
Like
And
that, I didn't watch most of that game live because I was watching I had Chris Olave and I was getting pissed off the whole game. So I was watching the Saints game, and like when I actually saw that play, that's the first play I saw of that game. His leg was just on the opposite side of his body. It was terrifying.
the depressing part about it is that that's the second time it's happened to him
I know.
with that same leg.
I don't know if
So
he's gonna make
like,
it out of this time again.
dude, that leg
Uh,
is dead.
yeah.
Like 2015, same exact thing.
I remember back then people were saying like he'll never be the same when he was in
Exactly,
college. Like,
and
and
he was
that's why
great.
he was amazing.
And then it's the same exact leg. Like it's for like as for a running back, that's like a death sentence.
Yeah.
That's depressing. Hell no.
Saquon out 3 weeks, at least 3 weeks with the ankle sprain. But
He's
the
day
way
to
he
day
was,
though.
yeah, but the way he was reacting, I thought it was like something way worse.
Like an Achilles.
Yeah, like I mean, the way he walked off the field, he couldn't walk off the field. He needed help. It seemed way worse. But I don't know if I would. Would you go after Matt Breda?
No,
No, that's the same thing I was thinking.
that seems
Like if I had Saquon, I would go after Matt Breda, but that's the only reason why. Like I'm not going. Like I don't own any Saquon, so
yeah, I wouldn't touch Matt Breida. The Giants won,
yeah.
but they're a mess.
No, they won the battle, but they lost the war. It's over
Yeah, that team is
already.
a
It's
mess.
over.
I wouldn't even bother.
I don't know how they got 9. I mean, their schedule was terrible last year, but I don't know how they got 9 wins or whatever they got.
Because their
It's
schedule was
ridiculous.
terrible. They
It's
played
ridiculous. Now let's talk about the 2 Ram standouts. How long do you think it lasts for him, Puka Nacua?
Week 5.
You think, like, how much of a drop off do you think he's gonna get? He's the clear number 2 when Cup returns,
He's gonna be what Tutu Atwell's doing right now.
which is nothing.
Tutu Atwell's
Just
been great. What do you
like,
mean?
no, I hyped Tutu out. I hyped him up last show. I said I like him more than Puka Nacua, and I was totally wrong.
Yeah,
But like, he's always open. It's literally the scheme.
it is. That's what I'm saying. Like
They're
week
always
5.
open.
So I'm saying week 5. Puka will go to where Tutu's at, and then Tutu will just fall off the face of the earth.
But I don't know. Like after watching last week, I think he'll be better than Tutu. Not that like Tutu's not doing bad, but like
Tutu got like 14 points last week,
no, yeah.
and the week before 15 points.
The Rams are very young, but they look pretty good. Like they hung around in that game against probably the best team in the second best team in the NFC right now.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah. Cowboys are 3rd, right?
No,
And Kyren Williams,
he looked good.
who looked very good against a good Niners defense.
He would look
I wish-
very good.
I wish I started him in the one league I have him in because
I don't blame you.
I would have won, but
I don't blame you for benching.
yeah, like what? Now, would you drop Cam Akers? Because I did in the league. Yeah,
1,000%. I don't care where he goes.
I don't care where he goes either.
I don't care where he goes. He could go to the Ravens for all I care. I don't care.
I do think the Browns should pick him over Kareem Hunt, but that's just me. I don't like the Kareem Hunt thing. Like
It's
he
familiar.
hasn't been good in like 3. Yeah, but he hasn't been good in like 3 years.
Yeah, but like I mean, it's familiar. They know what they're gonna get out of him. It's Cam Akers is still an unknown. I mean,
Yeah,
he has talent, I guess, maybe,
he does have talent.
but like it's still an unknown. And if you want to go with like what you said about Jerome Ford, that he's your RB1, if you want to go off with Jerome Ford being your RB1, Kareem Hunt is perfect as the number 2.
No,
Like
yeah, the
he's fine for
complimentary.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I just like there's so many people in the fantasy community that like always hype Kareem Hunt up. And
Yeah.
I did like the Chiefs was like 6 years ago at this point. And
Yeah, it's
it's the
because of that
Chiefs.
rookie year.
Yeah, like I don't understand that. But no, I like Kyren Williams. I think he's he's definitely like a back end RB1. But the running back position sucks so much that like I don't know. Like
He's an RB2. So relax.
a back end RB1.
No, he's RB2. He's not.
Which
He's
is
not.
like RB10 through like 14.
No.
I mean, I don't think there's name running backs that are guaranteed a role that are going to produce because there's nobody behind him at all.
I mean, that's fine, but like, still, he's still not. He's still not
I think
top 10.
if he has the job from right now to the end of the year, I think he finishes as a back end RB1.
I don't know. I just don't. I just don't trust the Rams to run the ball that much. I just don't like that much to where he could get to that point.
Yeah,
Like,
but he's also
I
very
see
capable
them.
of catching passes.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
And a lot of
but,
that
like,
might have to do with Cooper Kupp not being there.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm saying.
I don't know. Like, I kind of like the Rams youth movement they're doing. I feel like they're putting a lot of focus on young guys.
Yeah, but not when Cooper Cup comes back. If he comes back,
Yeah, but even if he comes back, I mean, they shouldn't just toss these dudes to the side because it's Cooper Kupp.
They
like,
won't.
They're not competing for anything.
Like I don't see Kyren getting.
They got the youngest roster in the league.
Yeah, I don't see him getting the 20, 22 touches that you could see him getting. I don't see him getting that.
I can see him getting that, to be honest. If there's nobody in that backfield with him, I can see him getting it.
But there is though.
Who?
Zach Evans.
I'm not scared of Zach Evans.
You should be.
I'm not scared of Zach Evans.
You should be.
No disrespect to Zach Evans.
You should be.
Um,
They drafted him for a reason.
They did.
And he was one of the best running backs going into college. But, you know, how it is with very talented players.
Yeah.
Their head is not there.
Kadarius Toney.
Exactly. Their head is not there. They're very talented. But if he matured, as a lot of players do with the Rams, if he matured, he could take that job away from him. Not saying he will.
Who do you think's a better coach, McVay or Shanahan?
McVay.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are you including it because he won the Super Bowl?
No. He didn't win the Super Bowl, or did he? No, he didn't.
McVay won the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't.
With Stafford. Yeah, he did with Stafford.
Oh.
2 years ago.
It was against the freaking. I was thinking about the Patriots one.
No,
he did. No, I'm not counting it because of the Super Bowl. No, because I'm really high on Shanahan. I really like him. Granted, because he's also a Texas guy.
I like Shanahan too. I think it's Shanahan. I mean, I've seen it just. No matter who he gets, I feel like he makes good. Like, bro, and I know I always shit on Brock Purdy, but like
Brock Purdy's nice.
There's no way like he should be like 11-1 nice.
I mean, hey.
Like he was winning like Jimmy Garoppolo, he was good. Like, yeah, with CJ Beathard, he was terrible, but that dude's terrible.
So like I know I don't want to say that I like was very high on Brock Purdy. It's just that I saw him for 4 years. Like I know what he's about. Like he won at Iowa State. Yeah. At Iowa State. Look at him now. Look at Iowa State right now.
Yeah.
They lost to Ohio last week. 10-7 to Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
That's no. He won. In 2020, they made it. They won like 11 games. I think they won the Big 12 or lost in the Big 12 championship. I do not remember. He won a lot at Iowa State. That's not easy to do. And if he was able to do that with the talent that's at his disposal in San Francisco, he's a floor guy. He will always be a floor guy, and that is perfectly fine.
For that team, yeah.
He makes it work.
Yeah.
But why I say McVay is better is just that, I don't know. It's just his teams always play well. It's just, I just think everybody expected the Rams to be trash this year, and it makes sense. It makes sense why you would think the Rams would be trash, but they're not. I mean, Seattle just went and beat the crap out of the Lions. Granted, they gave up the lead or whatever.
Who
but
beat the Chiefs? And they beat the Chiefs. Yeah.
And the Rams were just in a hell game with the Niners, which got away from them late in the game, but it was still a hell game. They're a good team, and I could see them being at the top of the.
I think really, I think what it really shows is how good, when healthy, Matt Stafford is.
Yeah, he's looked good this year so far.
Like, I mean, he was great in Detroit. No help. I mean, he had help. He had Megatron, right? But it's Detroit. It's Detroit. And he goes to the Rams. He wins the Super Bowl. He was terrible last year because he was hurt all year.
Yeah.
And he looks healthy right now. Sean McVay also, I mean, shout out to Baker Mayfield because he's balling right now. He won games with Baker last year, just saying.
Yeah, he did. Like, I'm telling you. And it's just, and I don't know. I'm sorry. I will always be fascinated by the way he remembers every single play that he has ever called.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
I will always be fascinated by that.
He's a John Gruden guy, though. You know how that ends up.
I'm not going to say what he said, but he said some foul stuff.
No. I was right.
Wasn't Shanahan too?
Yeah, they all were.
That's why. Like, yeah.
Well, no, I just think they're all like
they were both from the Redskins
guys. Yeah, but they're all Mike Shanahan guys.
Yeah.
Like Gruden, all of them.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So maybe Mike Shanahan's the real asshole.
Maybe that Mike Shanahan tree is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you hear McVay talk, he's pretty insane. But I will say I was right about Ayuk. I don't think he's going to do that every week. He had a very pedestrian game. Debo stepped up. Yeah, but Debo stepped up. Kittle. Dude, can we talk about tight ends real quick?
They're irrelevant. They're useless.
Like, there's one.
There's one.
Maybe 1.5. Maybe 1.5.
I mean, yeah, you're thinking one Kelsey, but no, the other one that I'm thinking is Hawk.
Oh, well, Hawk right now, yeah.
Hawk has been on a tear.
He has been on a tear. And we'll get into that, Vikings and Kirk Cousins at some point. But, yeah, I'm at the point now where, like, I think unless you have one of the top 2 or 3, if you don't have a tight end rostered, it's just okay.
Yeah.
Like, as crazy as that sounds, like, just punting that and having 0. If your team is good enough, like, what are you going to get? 6 points? Like, you better be winning by more than 6 points anyway.
So last week I started Kincaid. He gave me 9.
Yeah.
5 receptions, 40 yards.
Yeah.
That's a tight end stat line.
Yeah. That's probably like a top 4 tight end stat line.
The one I played, he had Komet, and he got 7.8.
Yeah.
4 receptions, 38 yards for the Bears. Rip in peace.
Yeah. How bad is Justin Fields?
Year 3? My God. It's just.
How do you like that he threw his coach under the bus?
I hate that. I hated that. I'm the one that posted that first.
So,
on Sunday.
So, like, I know the problem is like there's a lot of guys who aren't as talented, but they have the intangibles.
Yeah.
To, like, back that up. Brock Purdy's one of them. Jalen Hurts is another one. There's plenty more. Justin Fields doesn't have anything. And it was apparent last week.
Yeah. It was.
And I don't know if you saw that TikTok surfacing. It's just like him staring into the grass. Like,
yeah, there's a wheel route with Rojo wide open.
Yeah.
And like we're just like, dude, what are you looking at? Like, what's your read there?
He was looking at a ref. I don't know what he was looking at.
Like he had 3 routes open. He had the freaking seam with Rojo. He had the out route on the left side, and then he had the little in the middle. So it just makes you think like, what are you looking at? And then he ran into a sack.
And I think a lot of the things is people saw Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, what they did with a play caller and good wide receivers. Not everybody's going to be that. Yeah. Like you can't predict that every bad quarterback, when they get a good wide receiver, is going to be good. Like that's not how the world works. How do you think this affects that team in fantasy?
Dude.
Like, do you even want DJ Moore?
No.
No, exactly.
It's insane.
Like if he's my flex, I'm okay, I guess.
Because going into the year, I was like, yo, DJ Moore is going to have himself a year.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he was producing, I would say, somewhat. Like he wasn't a bad receiver in
No.
fantasy last year, and he had who were the quarterbacks? Freaking Baker,
Darnold, Baker, PJ
Darnold,
Walker,
PJ Walker. Like,
my boy Temple.
dude, like, come on, and he was still producing, but like
Yeah,
here, dude, this is a mess.
terrible.
Like, it is a mess. You have quarterbacks throwing coaches under the bus. You have head coaches throwing their starting quarterback under the bus. You have, I mean, pure dysfunction with the routes. You have coaches calling the same play 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
It's just like, dude, it is a mess in Chicago. It is a mess, and it's unfortunate because like DJ Moore is a great player. I've always been very high on DJ Moore. I liked him coming out of college, and I liked him when he was in with the Panthers. He was like what Mike Evans was. Like no matter what, he's gonna have his 1,000.
yeah, yeah.
And he's gonna be great. But like now, like my God, like it's a mess.
I think he's a serviceable like flex, maybe wide receiver 3. The running backs I want no part of, and if I want one, I want Roshan Johnson. Obviously, Foreman's not getting the ball anymore. I think was he inactive? He might have been healthy scratch. I don't know.
I
He didn't
think
touch the ball
it's
though.
I think it's bad that they're not giving Khalil Herbert the ball more. He's a freaking player.
No, I think he's really good.
He's a player.
I think he's really good. I've always liked Khalil Herbert.
Yeah,
You know,
like,
I mean, I don't like David Montgomery, so by default, I was a huge Khalil Herbert fan.
like
But
it
no,
makes
but like
sense.
he is actually good though. Like he is good.
It
Roshan
doesn't make
Johnson's good.
sense.
They need to do what Atlanta's doing.
Just
they're
run the
not doing
ball.
it. That's literally what they need to do.
Look at
do
what
Atlanta's doing.
Dude, look at Ritter. He had a piss poor game. Like nobody's saying that Desmond Ritter had this amazing game. They beat the Packers. How? They ran the ball with Bijan.
They ran the ball.
They ran the ball with Tyler
They scored
Algier.
25 points too.
Exactly.
Which is
like
a good. That's
and what did I tell you? What did I tell you last week? What did I tell you last week about the Falcons? That's their floor.
That's their floor.
That is their floor. And you can win games like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is your floor. And it just doesn't make sense at all why the Bears want to turn Justin Fields into a pocket passer. He's just not that. He's just not.
He never will be.
I'm
telling you, like it has everything to do with Josh Allen and Hurts, in my opinion. Like people and in the league too, they see that okay, these two dudes were not pocket passers. They were not good passers at all. They weren't accurate. They get a wide receiver, they get a good play caller, and they become top 5 MVP candidates. So now everybody thinks that they could turn their guy into that, and it's not possible.
Yeah, not at all.
It's not possible. Justin Fields is horrible.
See,
and I don't care that it's 2 games into the season. He was terrible last year. He was terrible his rookie year. He was terrible last year. He's terrible this year. CJ Stroud has more 300-yard games. That's all you need to know.
Exactly. It's just exactly. He has the most out of any Ohio State quarterback ever.
Yeah.
And I have said it forever. I have said it forever, and I will never not say it. I will never trust an Ohio State quarterback for the life of me until they give me a reason to believe in them.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields, up to this point, has not given me any reason to believe in him.
And you were very supportive of Fields too.
Yeah, because I liked his running ability, but he's not even doing that.
Yeah, which in fantasy, which is what we're here to talk about, he's not been good at all. He hasn't been producing.
That's why he was
100% at least a top 4 quarterback, top 5 quarterback in the draft.
That's why I had him in a top 5 quarterback because I was like, his running ability might be the most electric.
He was either behind or in front of Lamar after Hurts, after Allen, and that's where
it just makes zero sense. He hasn't been running the ball. It's just.
And a lot of that might be the offensive coordinator, but it's the same offensive coordinator last year, right?
I have no idea about that, but regardless, it's inexcusable.
Let me look that up because that's something we should know.
It's inexcusable that he's not running the ball. Like he hasn't even been doing that, and that was like his X factor ability when you had him in fantasy. Like that's the reason you were drafting him.
Yeah.
Because you basically had another running back.
Getsky.
God knows.
Was he there last year? I gotta check this out. I hope he was there last year because then it would explain. But yeah, I mean, Justin Fields is horrible. That's really all we could say at this point. Luke Getzky was the offensive coordinator last year. So
There's
what
no
changed? Yeah, like what changed? Did Justin Fields turn into RG3 and say, I want to become a pocket passer and that ruined his career?
I guess I
Like,
get that might be a good reason.
other
He
than
heard all
that,
the
I don't
talk.
know.
He
Yeah.
heard all the talk that he's not a good passer, that he can't make it as a QB in the league if he can't pass the ball, and he's just completely neglected his best ability, which is just running the ball.
And dude, it's 2023. Like, there's nothing wrong with that being who you are. Like,
Yeah.
that's at the end of the day, that's who Lamar is, that's who Hurts is, and that's who Josh Allen is.
That's who Ritter is right now.
And that's
like
what Ritter is, yeah.
I'm not saying Ritter's this world-beating QB, but he's making it work.
He's making it work.
Dude,
Arthur Smith. I think I'm falling in love with him, but that's probably because I love Bijan so much. So like I have a reason to watch the Falcons.
I liked Arthur Smith since he was in Tennessee.
And yeah, I mean, we're seeing the difference in that offense over the last 2 years.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah. But we can go and now we can talk about your boy. But before we do that, I want to hopefully we all can see this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Can you see my screen right now?
Yeah.
I mean, what else is there to say, you know? He makes like 3 cuts in here. I made a TikTok of it earlier. This one run he had was absolutely nasty. We're gonna do this every week, by the way, guys. So this is both of our favorite players. There's no debating that.
This dude is amazing.
He's so good. And like when I say I think he's like you can clown me, whatever. Like he's more talented than Adrian Peterson, and I don't care. He is. Look at this. Look at this. Are you kidding me? 3. Like, come on, man.
I have never seen.
And this is not something you can teach. Like, you can't teach this.
No, like this.
You either have it or you don't.
He's had it since high school. Like that's why he's so good because of like his balance.
He looks like a natural. Like that went 2 yards, but he looks like a natural pass catcher, which you've noted.
Yeah, his balance is second to none. Like that's what makes his cut so disgusting. Like he could do the most insane cut and being perfectly balanced. Like that's just what makes him different. And when he was like 220, 230. Like I've never seen a player have the finesse that he has, but the power that he has as well.
It's just all day, dude. That's nasty stiff arm, by the way, and that's Zadarius Smith, who is huge, by the way. So
the combination of power and finesse that this guy has is it's never been seen. I don't care.
And he knows how to like read a block. Like you've seen it on that last run. He waited.
Yeah. He's a balance. He's a balanced runner. He does everything. He's patient.
Dude,
he waits for the hole to open. He's patient. He waits for the hole to open. And when it does, his explosion is insane through it.
Like, when does that ever work, the counter? It's when you're that good. That's when that works.
Nobody calls the counter anymore. That's right. Right there. Wheel route.
Natural. Open. It's so natural, dude. And that dude didn't even tackle him, by the way.
Nope.
That's not his fault.
Out wide. Ran a slant. Counter.
Another one, yeah. Dude, I mean, the only thing stopping him is injury. Like, he's going to be this good for a long time.
And what's crazy is that he hasn't had one.
Dude, they ran 3 of these things, and they don't work in the NFL anymore.
They ran through. No, but there's just no words. There's no words.
He's God.
There's no words to explain Bijan. It's just
none at all.
He's fantastic, and the things that he's done for that Falcons team, my God, like they look good.
Yeah, dude, they look really good.
And
I'm very impressed with everything they're doing.
Their defense is great, and you got a running game to support that, and just shorting games.
Yeah. And I will say, and I said it last week, Kyle Pitts, I don't want him in fantasy ever. And I hope that he's not good because he's in Atlanta and it's not a good spot for him. But man, I mean, after that rookie season, he had 1,000 yards. When he had like 2 touchdowns, he didn't really have much.
Mhm.
There hasn't been a more frustrating player than Kyle Pitts, in my opinion.
You know
Just
his talent.
knowing how good he is, yeah.
You know his talent. Like he
bro,
went
he's a
in the
tight
top
end,
10.
and he was projected like top 5.
He went
That's how
top
good he
10
was.
in the draft.
Yeah, like dude, he's
a
another guy.
tight end.
He's another guy, by the way, who, like I mentioned last week with Bijan, we never draft running backs, but we were willing to take him at 10.
Yeah.
That goes to show you how good he is. We don't draft tight ends in the first round. And we were willing to draft Kyle Pitts. That's how good he is.
The Cowboys were willing to trade up in the draft to get Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. So, I mean, that tells you all they need. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Just,
by the way, if he landed on that team,
Dallas?
like he'd be a 1,600-yard receiver.
Dallas?
Yeah.
They could. I mean, yeah. Look at last.
I mean, Dalton Schultz was good.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz was amazing.
Yeah, so
he got himself paid, and he's done nothing.
He
I don't know if he's done anything with the Texans.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. He's okay though.
You know what made me laugh? No. This is real messed up. This is real off topic, but this just had me dying. Is because you pointed it out, and then like I just started like to notice it. So I was sitting at home watching Red Zone with my brother, and then like an hour went by, or like an hour and a half, and we were just like, yo, the Texans are in the red zone. Like, why aren't they showing this game right now?
Dude, I said that like 43 times. Dude, they were in the red zone, no bullshit, for at least a half hour straight.
They were showing the Seattle game.
And it was like, I was like, how bad are they? And now that we're on that, we could talk about, you put this in our notes, and I really wanted to talk about this because I think I was as high as anybody on Dameon Pierce, and it's crazy because I still am. But their offensive line is dead, like literally dead.
Yeah, Kenyon
They're
Green
going.
died.
They're going to be losing every game by 20. Like they're that bad.
It's just it's
crazy. Sucks. And I'm
crazy.
just happy. I'm happy in my main league. I got Kyren Williams and I have Dameon Pierce in.
Yeah.
Because I could just replace him and be okay with it. But like if he's my RB2 and I have nobody else, because I'm sure that's what people like. You drafted Pierce. He's probably your RB2, maybe a flex. You know what I mean? He's going 5th, 6th round. Like you're scared. I mean, and you have a right to be scared. They're a bad team with no offensive line. They have no reason to run the ball when they're down 30, even though I would.
But what's insane though is that even in the beginning, like when the game is still not lopsided, they're not running the ball either.
They're not running the ball.
They're passing the ball out with Stroud.
And it's not like, oh, Devin Singletary's bum ass is on the field, because he's not.
No, it's just
Dameon Pierce is on the field.
He's playing. They're just not giving him the ball.
They're just not giving him the ball, and it's frustrating. And the Colts' run defense is not that good.
And he got held to 2.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, which is and I will say he's notoriously very good with yards after contact. He's not getting that this year. And I know it's only week 2, and we have plenty of time left. I would probably start him again if that's like your only choice, right? But
another guy that's worrisome is not really. I don't know. I would say it's Josh Jacobs.
You know this more than anybody. I don't really like Josh Jacobs. I know his numbers are good. He's very good yards after contact. Did
you see his stat line yesterday or Sunday?
What was it?
9 carries, -2 yards.
That's actually really bad.
It's insane.
That's actually terrible.
I saw that. He was like, how do you finish with negative yards?
That's actually terrible. Hold on. That's abysmal.
The receptions and the receiving yards is what saved his day in fantasy. But holy crap. Like, I saw that and I was just like, my God.
Hold on. I got to go check this out. Because that's one of the, I just saw Josh Allen was like 20 for 20 at one point, and I just never cared about the game anymore.
Maybe it was 7 rushes for -2. I just know he had -2 yards. I don't remember how many.
That's actually abysmal. He had 9 attempts, -2 yards. He had 5 catches, 51 yards.
That's what saved his day.
Wow.
He finished with 9 points because of it.
Zamir White had 5 yards a carry. Not that matters. That dude sucks. But it's something to note. Yeah.
It was wild to me seeing that. I was just like, wow. And like, that's a guy that you drafted in the second round.
Yeah, some people probably
That's
drafted
your
him in the first.
RB1.
Yeah, that's
what's worrisome. Like, that's your RB1, and he hasn't done a thing all for 2
and
games
that's
into
like
the year.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if I don't have, and I'll add Tony Pollard. I've come around to adding him. If I don't have Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, and Tony Pollard, Nick Chubb was in there. Unfortunately, now he's not. Like, if I don't have one of them three, like, it's a cesspool.
I had both of them.
Well, good for you. But it's a cesspool at that point. Like, yeah, you have, like, Kenneth Walker had a great week. Will he do it every week? I don't know. Like, there's just, like, I can trust
had a great week 1.
Yeah, I could trust them 3 guys every week. But after that, like, I don't know. And it's coming to the point where, like, if you have one of them top 3 guys, just try to stack your team with wide receivers. Like, that's really what it is for me. Because it's getting ridiculous.
Especially in PPR, because like no matter what, you'll like I always say this that I always draft running backs first in PPR because you could get any wide receiver.
Yeah.
To give you production and give you points because receptions count as points.
Like,
so
if I had the number 1 pick, if we were to go back in time, it's August 30th. I got the number 1 pick. I'm taking McCaffrey over
Justin Jefferson.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, we're seeing it now. He's averaging 23 points per game.
And Justin Jefferson has been fantastic too.
He's been amazing. But, like, no disrespect to Justin Jefferson, you could get T. Higgins in the 3rd round.
Look
and we
Puka
saw
Nacua.
what he did. Puka Nacua. Devontae Smith's having a great year so far. Like, there's so many. Dude, like, I was in the Ninja Discord, and I was just, like, thinking what wide receivers are better than DJ Moore. And, like,
there's so many.
I got to, like, 40, and I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you.
There's so many receivers.
There's so many receivers. Like, Chris Godwin. Like, yeah, you don't want him to be your 1 or 2, but he's a damn good 3. Mike Evans is great again. I don't know, Baker Mayfield's killing it right now. There's so many good wide receivers. There's 2 on the Eagles. There's 2 on the Bengals. I'm not scared of Jamar Chase. He'll be fine. There's 2 on the Dolphins. Like, Waddle has had 2 bad games. He still had 12 points in each of them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like, maybe you're not getting the 26 or 25 from Justin Jefferson, but you're getting 16 or 18 from
16 and 18, and you drafted McCaffrey, who's the best running back in the league.
And he's giving you 23.
Or you drafted Bijan or Pollard, one of them 3. Because after that, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a cesspool. Yeah. And maybe Eckler, but he's hurt. So, like,
he's hurt.
I would probably include Eckler in that. So those 4 guys, and Joshua Kelly, you fucked me. That's all I'll say. I didn't start him or anything, but, like, I thought he would be nice. That team
makes sense.
Is there a more cursed team than the Chargers? Like, is it even cursed at this point?
I said it last week. It's kind of depressing that, for all the talent that Justin Herbert has, he's Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Like, he's Phillip Rivers again. And it's just the way it is.
And I know he went 0 for 3 in that overtime.
Yeah.
And I know his haters were loving that.
Yeah.
He's very polarizing. I feel like you either love him or you hate him.
And that's crazy. I don't know why.
I don't know why. I know Dolphins fans hate him, which is funny. And then
because it's all a fan debate. It's Tua or Herbert.
Which, like if Herbert was on the Dolphins, that might be the greatest team ever.
It would.
Like, I mean,
Tyreek
Hill would have 43 touchdowns this year if he had Justin Herbert. Like, that's definitely hyperbole, but at least 20.
Yeah.
Like, Herbert is that good. It's just that team is cursed. Every year they have injuries.
He's Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say. He's Phillip Rivers.
In fact, Phillip Rivers.
That's all you have to say. You remember those Chargers teams with Phillip Rivers. They were always good. There's talent everywhere, but for some reason they just can't win. And it just doesn't you can't pinpoint as to why. It's just there's always something.
Yep.
And it sucks because Herbert is probably a top 3, top 4 talent at quarterback. Yep. And he's Phillip Rivers.
Coming from Oregon, I never would have thought that, to be honest.
You could see it though when he was in college.
No, you can. Now let's talk.
Yeah.
Continue your statement though. You can Even
I mean,
when
you could just see it. You could see it in college. Like ever since he was gonna be since he was like a sophomore, like you could just see like this dude was different. You could just tell that he was
no, for
different,
sure.
and he made Oregon a better team. I think that
They fell off since he's left.
They've been good recently with Bo Nix so far.
Yeah, but were they not in the playoffs with Herbert?
They never made it. They made it with Marcus Mariota.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because it was yeah, I remember that.
The minute Mariota, they didn't make it with what's it called, Herbert. They would always lose like 1 or 2 games that they didn't have. They shouldn't have. But yeah.
All right. So let's go. Najee had 2 big runs last night. What were your thoughts when you saw them? He looked
slower than me.
He's terrible.
I said it last week. I saw his long runs. The dude looks like he's cooked, and it's insane. It just looks
he's cooked. But the thing that really, and we mentioned this both weeks, week 1 and week 2, before week 1 and before week 2. The thing that boggles my mind is that Najee Harris is a guy who caught 80 passes his rookie year, and Warren takes all the passing down reps.
Yeah.
Which that alone destroys Najee Harris's value.
Just makes him useless.
I don't want him. I wouldn't start Warren yet. But
I have to see it first.
I have to see it.
I have to see them give him the ball more.
I mean, I see it when they're on the field. Who's better?
Yeah, like you could tell who it is, but I have to see them actually give him the ball more.
Yeah.
That's when I'll start to trust Jalen Warren, because you could see the difference. It's night and day whenever you see him on the field. You have Warren over here breaking tackles and running for like the hardest 3 yards in life.
Yeah.
And it's just with a team like the Steelers that struggles blocking right now, their offensive line is a mess. Having a guy like Jalen Warren that coming out of college was known for his breaking, like his tackle, like forcing missed tackles, is just it just makes sense. Like just give Warren the touches. Everybody sees it now. There's no hiding it anymore. Like it's like like rip the Najee Harris Band-Aid off. Like, all right, the experiment is over. It's over. Just give the ball to I don't know if he was drafted or not. Maybe he was.
The fact of the matter is because he's a first-round pick. Warren was undrafted.
There you go. That's
and there's actually I feel like every undrafted running back just runs hard.
I mean, they have to.
I mean, they have to, but Bijan runs hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he just runs like his life is on the line. And I'd rather have him than Najee. If you could trade Najee, I'd get anything for him at this point. I don't trust him.
I don't think I wouldn't even start him.
No.
Like even if it's dire and you don't have anybody else, I'm sorry.
Bye week, I'd probably start him bye week. Yeah, he did have 14 carries yesterday or something. By the way, it goes to show you, I think he just cracked 4 yards per carry, and he had 2 carries go over 20 yards. That goes to show you, I mean, that's terrible.
He had 12 carries for 12 yards.
Yeah, he's awful.
Yeah, it's tough.
Now, are you buying DeAndre Swift?
Yes.
You're all in?
I'm all in. I should have been all in earlier, but
the week 1 game made no sense to me. I don't know why.
He got 2 touches.
I don't know why. I mean, I get Kenneth Gainwell had a great postseason. I feel like he earned the start, I guess, right? But to him to have 2 touches is asinine. And DeAndre Swift, I never seen him run that hard ever. I didn't know. I mean, and a lot of people were saying he couldn't follow blocks, and I don't think that was ever true. But a lot of that has to do with if you can't find a hole in the Eagles' offensive line, I don't know what. I mean, dude, the city was partying every time he hit every time he touched the ball, there was 20 yards up the gut.
The reason I'm saying that I'm buying in is just that people could say that this isn't repeatable or whatever.
No, he won't get 175 yards.
Of course not. But seeing that stat that 130 yards out of those 175 were untouched, that is repeatable. That is repeatable. Yeah. Because that means that the offensive line is moving people. If the numbers were reversed and the 130 was after contact, maybe that's just like, okay, this guy missed tackles when they shouldn't have or whatever. But if he's going untouched for 130 out of those 170 yards, that is repeatable because that means that the scheme is working, and that means that the offensive linemen are creating gaping holes for him, and that's just something that keep happening. Like that's a constant.
Yeah.
And
dude, with all due respect to Miles Sanders, like he had a great year last year because of this offensive line.
Yeah.
And he's nothing special. But
you're seeing it now in Carolina.
In Carolina, yeah. I want to play this. Like, just look at that.
It's open.
Like everything is open.
That's 7 yards untouched. That's another 11 untouched.
Like, are you kidding me?
That's another 5 untouched.
It's ridiculous.
Look,
I didn't know he was swole like that either.
Right here. That's another 5 untouched.
It's ridiculous, dude.
That's okay. That's like 4 untouched. 3 or 4 untouched.
Yeah.
4 untouched. But still,
a lot of that was him, though. A lot of that was
him. That was him.
He was moving. He followed his blocks there. Yeah, like Saquon, half the time he gets the ball, there's a guy in his face immediately.
5 untouched.
Not once here does that happen.
No, he's just running free. It's just the holes are gaping.
This one that like, dude.
Him staying up there was awesome. That was still 5 yards untouched. That's another 7 untouched.
I don't know what Brian Flores' game plan was when he went in at halftime, but it wasn't working.
No. They couldn't stop the run to save their life.
But like, they're also only like, there's only 4 guys. Like
6 untouched.
How many guys are in the box here? 7? 6? There's 6 guys in the box on that play. Like, why? I was actually pissed that dude caught up to him, but it's another.
I would say that was. I'm not counting the little touch. That was like a 7 untouched. I mean that. There you go. He touched him there, like at the 10-yard line.
That's good for my favorite stat. That's great for my favorite stat.
Breaking tackles.
Yards after contact.
Oh, yards after contact.
He got like 20 yards after that little ass contact.
Yeah. But yeah,
you see AJ Brown crying after winning a game.
For not getting his touches, and then he got force-fed like 4 straight times.
And that's why they almost came back, because the clock stopped. Great job, AJ Brown. Dude, we won 38-7 against the Giants in the playoffs, and he cried. He was literally on the bench crying. Like, dude, we're not throwing you the ball. I'm sorry to tell you. Like, get over it.
I'm sorry, but CeeDee Lamb is better.
I don't care anymore. CeeDee Lamb can be better. None of them are better than Devontae Smith.
They're all better.
No.
CeeDee is like top 3.
Who's your guy?
There's only one.
There's only one?
There's only one.
You sure?
It's the Jerome Ford sweepstakes. If Jerome Ford is a free agent in your league and you guys are going fab, go rogue.
Yeah, I mean.
Go rogue. There's only one guy. I said it earlier that Kareem Hunt, he has a workout right now with the Browns.
And he'll definitely,
he's getting the job.
He'll be on the team, yeah.
He'll be on the team.
Barring he gains 43 pounds, like, he'll be on the team.
That's nothing.
Which I hope he did.
If the Browns are stupid enough, and they very well may be, they very well may be. After seeing what Jerome Ford did last night against a very great Steelers team.
I'm going to pull it up right now. The one run was ridiculous.
The 70-yarder? The one where he just cut across the field? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to play it here in 3 minutes, in 11 seconds after this ad, but I'll play it for us. It was ridiculous.
If the Browns are that stupid, and they very well may be, like I said, to not make Jerome Ford the RB1 after what we saw on Monday night against a very stout Steelers team, I don't know what to tell you. It's just I don't know what to tell you. If you guys are lucky, and
did Minka Fitzpatrick really hurt his chest by the block that Deshaun Watson hit, or that? No, that was probably right there. But yeah,
he didn't get hurt there. He's the one that made the tackle on Nick Chubb.
This was before Nick Chubb, though.
It was after.
That's what I meant. Yeah, he's in the game right here.
Yeah,
and
that's after Nick Chubb died.
Yeah, but see, he got hurt on this play. Like,
well, it's because he was already hurt from the tackle on Nick Chubb.
So I'm guessing when he fell right here.
Yeah, like he re-aggravated it or something. Because he was down as well with Nick Chubb when he got hurt.
How in the world? I saw they showed the replay and he wasn't.
He got down at the 1.
But like, dude, come on, you got to put that ball up. You got to go for that. No disrespect. I mean, it's a hell of a run, but.
All I'm saying, if you guys are lucky, he's in your waivers. He is in one league for me. You just go all in. You go all in. You spend all your fab. I don't care.
My guy would be the same, but as this segment takes, I have to pick somebody else
for the sake of somebody different.
And I'm gonna pick Taji Sharp. You touched on it last week for some odd reason, and I don't think it's an odd reason. He looks good. Yeah. He's splitting snaps with Derrick Henry, and I watched most of that game because I have Justin Herbert on my fantasy team, and he's in there a lot. And he had 9 carries for 48 yards, I believe. That's 5 yards a carry.
8 carries for 49.
Okay, if anything happens to Derrick Henry, there you go. I would add him right now if you have the room. I wouldn't spend anything on him, but I would definitely add him. I don't know. Nick, bro. He's probably owned, but Nico Collins, like, is this legit?
I think he's the wide receiver 1 there. I mean,
no, he's definitely the wide receiver 1, but like, are you starting him with confidence every week?
As a flex, yeah.
Do you like Tank Dell?
I do. A lot.
Dude, CJ Stroud got some weapons there, man. He's got the vet and Robert Woods.
Fuck Robert Woods.
I agree. I want to mention that I needed to outscore Adam Thielen and Allen Robinson last night by 5 points, and I had Olave and David Njoku, and I didn't do it. And that touchdown wouldn't have mattered because I lost by 9 points, and I believe I would have lost by 1 point if he scored that touchdown, Olave, when he stepped out. But the fact that I lost to them 2 40-year-old dudes, I want to kill myself. And Allen Robinson only had 2 points. It's just very frustrating.
Another surprising dude that I just thought about, and it just caught me off guard, is Josh Reynolds with the Lions.
Dude. I don't know how long that lasts with Jameson Williams eventually coming back.
Well, yeah, but dude, he's been on a tear. He's been insane. It's just he's another guy that I'd be willing to start. Man,
he gets his receivers the ball.
He can make some boneheaded plays sometimes, but when he's on, he's on.
It hurts me to say that he's out of Wentz and Goff, he was the better one. It hurts me to say that. Speaking of that, because Wentz was my boy, dude. Speaking of that, I don't care what anybody says. You can disagree. If I'm the Jets, I'm getting Wentz. And I'm only getting Wentz because my defense is elite. Dude, he can make stuff happen. They ain't making shit happen with Zach Wilson. Like, at all. It's over. Sign somebody else. It's done. It's over with.
He was making stuff happen on Sunday.
Turnovers. That's what he's making happen. Dude, nah. I'm over it. He needs to go. Breece Hall needs to get the ball 43 times if they're going to keep Zach Wilson out there. Dalvin Cook is cooked.
That defense forced 5 field goals from Dallas. I don't know if you saw that stat.
Their defense is amazing.
I don't know if you saw that stat that Dallas in the red zone was converting touchdowns at on a 71% clip last year. Yeah. Which was number 1 in the league. Like, whenever they got to the red zone, they were scoring touchdowns. Yeah, they got 5 field goals.
It would explain why Pollard and Zeke had like 20 total touchdowns or whatever.
They combined for 5 field goals when they got in the red zone. Like, that defense
That defense is amazing. And look, Wentz is going to turn the ball over, but Zach Wilson turns the ball over. Wentz is going to be able to give Garrett Wilson the ball.
Hey, man. Remember when you asked last week that if I'm worried about Garrett Wilson? I'm not worried about Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, but like, how often is he going to catch a 70-yard screen pass?
It happened.
A 70-yard slant route to the house.
It happened.
It's not going to happen every week.
He got another touchdown week 1 as well.
He needs to. They need to sign Wentz. If it's not Wentz, they need to hit up New Orleans for Jameis They need somebody who's going to make plays.
Is Jameis still in New Orleans?
I think he's still in New Orleans. They need to make plays, bro. It needs to happen. Like, dude, they're done.
I felt so bad for that defense.
I feel bad for the Jets fans, and I don't really have a reason to. Like, the Jets fans aren't the best.
That was their, I'm telling you, dude, 9/11.
Him running out with the flag was their Super Bowl.
That poor franchise, man.
You know what they say, right? Things happen in twos. I don't know.
They just can't. They can't
I'll
catch
tell
a
you
break.
what, the storyline of the WWE storyline of the year next year would be Aaron Rodgers coming back off a torn Achilles and winning the Super Bowl. And quite frankly, I wouldn't mind seeing that because how bad I feel for the Jets right now. Like, it's so bad, dude.
At least we'll have a different comeback player of the year because this year is already a lock.
As soon as he steps on the field. He hasn't stepped on the field yet, but as soon as he does, it's over.
He's going to step on the field week 17. Week 17, week 18, he's gonna step on the field.
Dude, his odds are like minus 600.
Which is insane for a futures bet. That's just insane for a futures bet being the favorite. That heavy of a favorite.
Nuts.
So week 18, stepping on the field.
I'm at a loss for words with that.
He's gonna be the captain.
Oh, 100% he's gonna be the captain.
He's gonna mess up and call a freaking they're receiving when they meant to kick.
Yeah. No. Are you buying in on Sam Howell?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
He's been good.
Are you buying that the Broncos are shit again?
Dude, that game was so depressing, man. That game was so depressing to watch. I was just like, because, dude, I'm a big Russell Wilson fan, man. Yeah. I really like Russell Wilson. And seeing him cook in that first half, I was like, he's back.
Dude, I loved Russell Wilson. And then he went to, like, dude, I loved him. He's very cringe. He wasn't like that in Seattle until, like,
it's Mr. Unlimited.
Unlimited. I was wrong, and I'm willing to die on this hill. I like Brian Robinson as a guy, as a person. You know what I mean?
I told you.
He beat death. Okay.
I mean, now, shot in the leg. You didn't beat death.
Whatever. I just don't. There's no way he's going to be what he was. Like, nah. He to me is at best a flex, and maybe I'm wrong.
That's the Terminator.
Maybe I'm
wrong. Terminator. You're hating on the Terminator, and that man went for like 20.
Drop Antonio Gibson, and I'm not kidding. Like, he sucks.
No, Gibson is useless at this point. Brian Robinson, he's him. Yeah. It's Brian Robinson.
He could be him, but I'm not buying that he's him.
It's Terminator. It's the Terminator.
It's Kirk Cousins, a top 8 fantasy quarterback rest of the year.
Yeah. They're 0-2, and look at his numbers.
Addison, you buying?
He scored again, right?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I said last week that I was buying on Addison because I just think, the targets have to go somewhere. And they're not running the ball because Madison is fucking pissed. Madison is pissed. So they're going to be passing the ball a lot. And, how many passes is he throwing? Like 40, 30, around that range?
Yeah. He's
like all 40 of those passes. All 40 of those passes aren't going to. All 40 of those passes aren't going to Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson. Nope. So somebody has to get that ball. And I don't like Osborne. I don't care. I just think Addison is going to be the guy. And I think he could get a real good niche going.
Yeah, Ty Chandler. I don't know where he's at, but they need to play him more.
Who's that?
That's their backup running back.
With the Vikings?
Yeah.
Well, Madison's trash.
Yeah, so give somebody else a try. I have him in my dynasty league, only because he was there in like the 8th round.
It's so unfortunate that their running game was always so good.
I'll end the talking about teams on this note. The Giants, right? They were down 20-0. Came back and won the game. Is that The Giants, or is that the Cardinals?
Cardinals. That's the Cardinals.
Jonathan Gannon sucks.
Nah, they're trying to
He's
lose.
terrible.
They're trying to lose.
Yeah, they can lose all they want. Do you think they could get 1 and 2 and draft Caleb and Marvin Harrison?
Yeah.
You think that's realistic?
Yeah.
Do you predict it to happen?
I would. The Texans are awful.
That's crazy, dude. And then
the Texans are awful.
There's going to be a lot of teams interested in Kyler.
Yeah.
Like Oakland. I always call them Oakland. Vegas, Washington.
And if I'm the Cardinals,
maybe the Falcons.
And if I'm the Cardinals and I am 1 and 2, like I said, where the Texans are that bad too, I'm trading the second pick.
And you're not getting Marvin Harrison?
No, they will. I'm trading it to
a team that wants a quarterback. Oh yeah,
I'm trading to whoever 3 or 4 is, so they can get Drake May. Because why wouldn't you? Like you're not getting Drake May. These people want Drake May.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
no, you're right. And then Kyler can go. I mean, look, we traded Wentz. The Eagles traded Wentz for a pick that ended up being a first-round pick. They could probably get a first-round pick for Kyler. 100%. 100%.
Maybe
we
one.
We got one for Wentz.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like maybe one and like a couple of thirds.
Yeah, that's fine. But that's all they want. I mean, they're getting Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
And probably Marvin Harrison. Which is just disgusting.
How old is Kyler? It's like 28, 29.
Nah, he ain't that old.
He is that old.
I'll look right now. He ain't that old.
He is that old.
Nah, bro.
He is.
He's not that old.
He is that old.
You want to bet?
Maybe 27.
He's 26.
Nah, that's lying.
No, it's not. It's 26 years old. Look it up.
So yeah,
he'll be 27.
Maybe he does get it first.
He get it first.
Yeah.
Wentz was almost 28 when they traded his ass.
So 1 and 2. I could see it.
And I said I'll end it here, but I actually want to end it here. What week do we see Will Levis? I got to check their schedule.
Like week 10.
They're 1-1 because the Chargers are incompetent.
Like week 10 because they're playing Malik Willis.
Trash. We saw him last year. He threw 4 passes. Cleveland,
week 10.
Toss up. They're going to lose to Cincinnati. Cincinnati will probably be fine by then. Indy's a toss up. They'll lose to Baltimore. They have a bye week. I think if they are 1-5 going into their bye week, I think they start Will Levis against Atlanta coming out.
They're starting Malik Willis.
No.
Yeah.
I've seen Will Levis is going to be the best quarterback in the draft then. Because every time a quarterback has to wait, he's always good.
That's true. But it's going to be Willis.
It's literally always what happens.
And then when Willis craps the bed or pisses himself, like
he will.
Typically does, like he will, it'll be Levis. So that's why I said week 10.
Like I'm calling it right now, and I'm willing to be wrong. Will Levis will be the best quarterback in that draft.
He's not.
Just because every quarterback that
stop being a Penn State fan. He's not.
I'm not being. I don't care about Penn State. He didn't even play for Penn State.
He was there though.
Yeah, he didn't play. Look, every time a quarterback has to sit behind the starter for a long time, they end up being good.
If you couldn't start over Sean Clifford, he's trash.
I'm not disagreeing with that. Sean Clifford's terrible. Like I can't argue with that. I think it's me just wanting him to be better than like all the guys that want to have him.
You want
and his girl left him. That sucks.
Poor guy.
Today.
She thought he was gonna start. Poor guy.
Apparently, like her followers doubled since
after
the
draft. I mean, she was fine.
We can end it on that. Yeah, I'm not gonna say much. You want to say anything else before we go?
The 2022 draft class the QB class is god awful.
All of them are gonna suck.
All of them. No, they all suck.
It's very.
You're thinking of 23.
Oh, 23. Yeah.
I said 22.
Who was 22? Can you run that by me?
Malik Willis.
Terrible.
Kenny Pickett.
Terrible. Oh,
Matt Corral.
Okay.
Desmond Ridder.
He's their best one. Sam Hill.
He's not. The best pick was picked with the last pick.
Oh yeah, Brock Purdy. Yeah.
Right. That's it. Everybody else is trash.
All the Niner, the Trey Lance lovers, would they be? They wouldn't have won that Rams game if Trey Lance was a quarterback. I'll say that.
No.
So that's all you need to know. Brock Purdy
Even
gets it done.
Brock Purdy played a pretty bad game.
Yeah,
I will say he played a
they
bad
kept
game.
saying on the broadcast how he never misses these throws because he overthrew like four receivers.
He missed so many throws that game.
Yep.
And he was still pretty good.
Yeah, all I know is they play Thursday. Give CMC the ball 40 times. Elijah Mitchell didn't play. CMC played every snap. That's crazy.
And you want to know what's funny?
He did that in Carolina too, which means he's healthy as hell.
No, but that doesn't matter. You want to know what's comedy?
What?
Mike Shanahan. We're just talking about him.
Yeah, his father.
Kyle Shanahan
yeah.
said, "We're gonna dial back Christian McCaffrey's touches. We want to keep him healthy. We're gonna give him a small workload. Gets every touch.
Every touch. Dude,
plays every snap.
That's such a Kyle Shanahan thing, though.
It's just,
Yo,
it just makes
I will
sense.
say, Devonta Freeman was a monster his rookie year. And Christian McCaffrey is 40 times the player that he ever was. If he stays healthy and plays all 17 games, he is going to, he'll never break the LT touchdown record. Nobody's ever breaking that. But he's going to do some crazy things.
Yeah.
I said 2,400 total yards. That's very possible. I mean, he has 250 yards, I think. No, what is it? 223 yards rushing right now. So he's on pace for 1,800. Whatever. He's so good. What's he have?
268.
I mean, yeah, he's on pace for 2,000.
And he has 26 yards receiving, which is crazy.
Which will go up when they actually need to throw the ball. When they play competition,
22 rushes game 1 and 20 rushes game 2.
Yeah. I just know in Carolina he was playing 100% of the snaps.
Seeing the snap count at 100 is insane.
It's crazy. Which goes to show you when they were in, he was on the field regardless. Even when they went 5 wide, he was one of the 5.
The snap percentage is insane at 100. My God. 100, 192, 100.
See,
this is when he
Kyle
was
Shanahan,
100, 100,
Kyle
100,
Shanahan
100.
knew what he was doing. Last year, when he first got CMC, he played Elijah Mitchell a lot.
Yeah.
He was just waiting for this year.
100 is
to unleash him.
Good
But
God.
that's what he did in Carolina before he inevitably got hurt, because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll end it there. What, you have any predictions for Thursday night?
What is
Giants
it?
Niners 43-0.
That's gonna be a massacre. Another dude. Why do the Giants keep getting prime time, man?
I don't know. And the Monday Night Football games are terrible. They need to actually you should be able to flex games throughout the season. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Dude.
After week 5, you know who's bad and you know who's good.
You know what pissed me off? And it's so stupid. It's just a very random reason to get pissed off. But I was just I was on my computer and I was watching the games on my computer, and I just get a notification from ESPN, the little intern or whatever, sent out the push notification. MNF is heating up, and I was like, dude, these games have been pissed. Nothing is heating up. This has been 2 of the most awful games I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. It's terrible.
MNF,
it's literally terrible.
They put MNF is heating up a little fire emoji. I was getting aggravated by that. I was like, hell no. Ain't nothing heating up. I was watching Bryce Young soil himself in live television. I was watching the freaking Saints not be able to move the ball for ever. It was just terrible. And then the freaking Browns being the Browns.
Deshaun Watson's cooked. He should have went to prison. I don't know. Maybe in his mind, he's like, damn, I really should be in prison right now and I'm playing football.
He's like morally, he's morally being effective.
He's shot, dude. And I get missing 2 seasons is a lot.
I told you, that's 2 seasons.
And you said it as a joke. You said Michael Vick was working out in jail. Whatever.
Yeah. Michael Vick was playing prison ball.
He came out of jail and he was a better quarterback.
He's just playing prison ball.
Nah, bro.
You can't teach that prison ball. You either get punched by a freaking rush, or you got to get the throw out. He was getting the ball out.
Why did Plaxico Burress suck?
He shot himself. That's different.
He didn't. He still went to jail. He went to prison.
Yeah, but he shot himself, so that's different.
Oh, so all the talent left his leg when he shot his leg?
He shot himself. Look at Brent Robinson. Look how long it's taken him to be good. He shot him. He got shot in the leg. Hey. I was very high on him going.
And I was high too last year.
Then
and then he looked bad. And I understand he got shot. I understand that. He looked bad week 1.
And Plaxico Burress shot himself in the foot.
Denver just might suck.
No. Well, yeah, but still, no. Plaxico, he lost all his powers because he shot himself. It was that simple.
Adrian Peterson gained it when he beat his kid.
He didn't go to jail though.
No, I know, but like
he
think
got his powers from
better when he was
practicing
Watson was hitting this move all night. It's his massage parlor move, the stiff arm.
Why? I don't get it.
He was using his hands a lot.
No, he wasn't. Remember, he was just air thrusting like a weirdo.
Yeah, that shit was terrible, dude. I don't know how you could defend that. Like
he had the towel cover, and he was just like,
no.
Ugh.
And like we obviously, like people were defending the stuff that came out to be true. Like that was true. He had text messages apologizing to this lady for how he acted.
I'm sorry, I was thrusting.
Like, oh, I'm sorry if I acted out of hand. Like that's not me. I apologize. Like you see that. What makes you think he's innocent if he's literally apologizing on text message? Like 27 women is ridiculous. Like I don't know if that number is real, but
that's how many were in the suit, the civil suit.
If 27 women were saying that, at least he at least did something with one. That's all I'm saying.
He had to settle. People say he was innocent because he didn't get charged or whatever. He had to settle. He was never going to get charged in a civil suit.
Horrible, dude.
And we all said it's a civil suit. He's going to lose regardless of anything. It doesn't matter what it is. He's going to pay money. There's like, nah. He's innocent. Okay. Look how that went.
Innocent my ass. All right, well.
Oh my God. It's just that I can't help it. Just like I just keep imagining that Key and Peele skit with the dude fucking thrusting. My God.
Dude.
This one.
We'll end it on that. Hopefully we can pick up better in week 4. But that's about it. I hope everybody has a great week 3. Go Birds, go Cowboys, I guess.
The Cowboys are the best team in the league.
And go your favorite team. We're out.
Yep.